So today I want to talk about something that is a little taboo, makes a lot of people uncomfortable, but I really think that discomfort is the womb, which is actually a very apt word for this discussion, but it's the womb for change and for growth. So if we have any hope in changing ourselves for the better or the world for the better, we need to learn how to be more comfortable with our discomfort. And so what I want to talk about is changing our negative stigmas and perception of the female cycle. And not just our perceptions of it, but our understanding of its function, of what it's for. Because we're taught all our lives that the sole purpose of menstruation is for reproduction, for having babies. And while that's true, it's a really big part of it, it's not the whole picture. Because if you think about it, it's a cycle that we go through every single month for the majority of our lives. And most of us only have at most 3 or 4 kids. So, that's a lot of unused eggs. And so there's got to be more going on than the purpose of just reproducing our species. And so I was thinking about this the other day while watching this really beautiful video about this man who goes out into his community and every day does something small to help other people. And, we've all heard stories like this where, the message essentially is, he's not doing anything to make himself richer or to further his career or to get famous. He's just doing things out of the kindness of his heart. And he gets to witness happiness every day and share joy and enrich his life in a way that money just can't. And so on a normal day, I would probably, get a little bit of the feels, maybe share the video, and then, move on to the next thing. But given that it was a week before menstruation, I was watching it and just bawled my eyes out, just sobbing over this video. Almost inconsolable. And so to try and pull myself out of it, as I normally would, say things like, "You're being silly. It's just hormones. It's just a video. The world is fine. You're fine. Come on, snap out of it. Like, we got things to do." But then I stopped and thought about it for a second and realized, wait, the world isn't fine. It's not fine that we need videos like this to remind ourselves to be kind to other people. That's not fine. And I started to think about and really feel the emotions that were coming up for me, and I realized that I wasn't really crying just about the video. I was crying over what it represented, which is, the loss of our natural instinct to be good to one another, but that's not commonplace anymore. That we need these reminders that we've lost the sense of our humanity that is just should be ingrained in us to be selfless. And then I was also crying for the pure beauty of the human heart that we actually have this capability, that we could live this way if we so choose, and how incredible that was. And then watching this video and seeing how, this man changed the lives of others around him just through small acts. And I was really touched by that. And those aren't small, silly things. And in everyday life, there's just so much suffering. There's so much pain. There's so much anger. And there's so much suffering to the point that there are thousands of people every day who don't want to live anymore. They can't deal with their suffering. And how the majority of us do deal with our suffering is through distraction. So we watch TV, we go out and eat, we binge eat, we, hang out with our friends, we go for a run, we do things, anything but sit and feel our pain because we don't want to. It's too much, and we're not taught really how to do that. But for some reason, for 1 week, every single month, women become undistractable. It doesn't matter if we eat food or watch TV or go shopping or whatever. You can't fool our bodies into being distracted from feeling the deep suffering of everyone in the world. You know, we become very sensitive beings during this week, and it's not all of our emotions that we're feeling either. It is the deep pain and anger that is in all of us. You know, that's caused by, that everyone feels over the injustices, over the violence, over the war, over politics, over just the disconnection, being separated from the natural world and from each other and not knowing who we are and having no idea how to figure it out. That causes a lot of deep-seated emotions in everyone. And for some reason, once a month, women have full access to all of that. And if you think about it in that way, it makes total sense that the culminating moment of our cycle before it starts anew is a purging. That we spend the entire month taking all of this in, and then we transform it into our blood to release back to the earth. That is the awesome power of women. It's incredible. And so, you know, I really think that it's a travesty that we're not taught as kids, as young girls, about what we're going to experience and what it means. Like, what are all of these raging emotions? We're just taught that boys are going to be afraid of us, that we're going to be in a lot of pain, that, you know, it's called PMS, as in like premenstrual syndrome. Like, it's a disorder, that there's something wrong with us. And so we're taught that we're crazy monsters for a week, and it doesn't mean anything, and we're just silly and not to take it seriously. And when really, it's like we are just able to wade through the thick layer of bullshit of superficial distractions that sit on top of the truth of the matter, which is that we're all experiencing a lot of pain. And so what I think the true power of women is to heal, that we are natural healers, that the purpose of us going through this monthly cycle is to take these things in and transform them, not just through menses, but through art, through writing, through music, through how we choose to conduct ourselves in the world, that we can transmute suffering into healing. And I just feel that this is a message that a lot of women who are beating themselves up for being hormonal crazy people need to hear, that there's nothing wrong with them, that they are doing humanitarian work every month against their will perhaps, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But it's something to honor and to be proud of. And so this realization has already had a really big impact on me, and it's going to change the way I live my life. And so if you know women, or are a woman, or have women in your life that would be empowered by this, then share it with them. If you have men in your life that, you know, this would help them see you as the divine transmuter of energy that you are, and share it with them. And yeah, together we can heal the world. That is our power, and it's pretty exciting. Thanks for watching.